My name is Drew Andrews. Welcome back to episode 6 of Hardcore Minecraft. Get situated, sit down, go on the couch, your computer chair, whatever you use, your bed if you got the phone, grab your caffeinated beverage, and let's get started. And here's the sunset. Today's episode, the main thing I want to do today is go back to spawn, grab the iron we left over there, and fight the mob spawner and gather its what's it called? Its loot, its resources, the power of the mob spawner, and then we can finish building my storage room. But I also need to finish. I need to breed more animals, and so I can kill them for meat and leather. So to do that, I'm gonna just place down a bucket of water right here. Help me gather stuff. Pro Minecraft tip right here. Use buckets of water to gather all your stuff, but the torches will go away. If you had solid light sources, that wouldn't be a problem though. I know some of the plants weren't all the way finished with their completion of growing, but it's too bad for the plants because I destroyed them anyways. I don't really care. Oh no, my keyboard just went out. It's maybe because I booped. But anyways, you're welcome for the boop. You need that in your life. You need that special boop in your life to keep going. But yeah, I don't really care if if I don't gather every single plant, or what's it called? Wheat. It doesn't matter. It's just wheat. You get so much of it, and this is the only reason why I'm using it, is to make my cows inbred. They're gonna be so inbred that they're gonna be growing third eyes and whatnot. Same thing with the sheep. The sheep are gonna be a little on the dumb side, because they're gonna be very much so inbred, like Southern America. The deep south. Well, now it's time to head back to spawn and gather all its loot, resources, whatever you want to call it. So I was helping my friend yesterday. I helped him buy a new car. He needed a second driver. I pretty much hung out with him all day because the person we bought the car from, he didn't show up there in the morning. So we bought it from him later at night. He had a DUI. He wasn't able to drive himself. That's why he was selling his car. So I spent all day. Something hit the bottom of my boat. But there's kelp over here. Kelp is going to be very useful for infrastructure that we're going to need to build. You know what? I'm going to check this out, because it's kind of bothering me that I'm getting... Is it just because the... Oh, that was a trident. That was another trident. Oh, I just got that guy hit. There's a friendly fire. There was so many of them. I'm not staying over here. But anyways, there's a little underwater spot right there. Where exactly was the spawn at? I think it's right over here. Maybe? Could be up there. Anyways, I'm gonna go and dock. But yeah, I was telling you about... The guy didn't show up in the morning like how we had scheduled it. So I ended up just hanging out for them for the day. And then we did end up buying the car, because he had to stay up late at night because he had a court thing to do. And he was up till like 4, so he wasn't able to make it. So we planned for later that night to meet up around like 8:30. And we went to his place instead of meeting up at the Safeway like it was planned. He got the car. It's a really nice car. It doesn't have any issues with it. It only has 120,000 miles, which is pretty good for $2,500 for a car. But anyways, I don't normally talk about politics, but in my local area, like a year ago they increased the tax without the vote of the people of the car tax. So like to get registered with your car, they increased the tax for that. And I really don't know where spawn is, and now do I? I'm not happy about that, because like that's an extra $150 you have to spend every single time every year you want to have a proper car usage. And they didn't even have the people vote on it. Like, I'm a voting citizen of my local area, and they decided to increase the tax of the cars, even though nobody voted on that. I thought we lived in America, not Nazi Germany. Kind of feels like we live in some kind of fascist dystopia. Well, you know, votes happen, even stuff happens without voting, even though that's what, you know, our entire, like, call to arms of our entire country is all about. It just really upsets me that, you know, they preach freedom all the time and then don't practice it as a country. Because you grow up, everyone tells you, oh, you live in the... Oh, okay, I found spawn. You live in the greatest country in the world, and they don't even follow what they preach. I don't think it's fair without the vote of the people just increasing tax by 200%. Like, what's up with that? That's taxation without representation. That's an entire reason why we broke off from the British. Because they were taxing us, and they were having soldiers stay in houses even without them being able to consent, which is not a good thing. The reason why we have the gun laws isn't so that we can protect ourselves, it's so that we can rise up against a tyrannical government. That's the main reason why we have gun laws, like gun allowances, pretty much. Other countries don't, because they have a lot of issues. In a rural area, they don't need to have much gun control, but like, say if you're in a city, you need that more. But people always get, like, the definitions of things wrong about guns. Like, I was on Twitter the other day, and people were talking about how all semi-automatic weapons should be banned. And they were acting as if semi-automatic weapons were fully automatic. The difference between the two, in layman's terms, means that one of them is self-loading. So, like, you press the trigger once, it shoots once. That's semi-automatic. And the other one is you hold down the trigger and it shoots multiple bullets. Now, I don't think and that's banned. Like, fully automatic weapons are banned in our country. Like, you can't get them. You might be able to have them if, like, you already had them at the time of the ban, like almost 100 years ago when it happened. People talk about it like as if they know everything, but they don't. And it's okay to not know everything. That's why we live in a democracy. We should be able to talk about this kind of thing without people getting up in arms about it. We should be able to have fully communicable debates. Otherwise, the world's just not going to turn the right way. For some places, they absolutely need gun control. Some places don't. I can recognize that. The majority of all of the weapons in our country, like, not weapons, but guns, because those are two separate things. Majority of the guns in our country are semi-automatic. The pistols that the police use, those are semi-automatic. However, like, say, burst firing, those are definitely made to kill. Those should be, like, military-only type of a deal. You don't need burst rounds to defend your house or your property. You really don't. Semi-automatic, you do need that if, say, 4 or 5 armed gunmen come into your house, kick down your door, and go around and steal stuff. You do need the semi-automatic, because if you don't, and you got like a, what's it called? A bolt-action rifle, you can shoot one off, and then you're dead. And then, that's not good. There are very specific laws about that. Like, you have to announce your presence or something, tell them they have to leave. I don't know the exact, what it is. It's different from state to state, but if they're, like, blocking the doorway, like the exit, you are allowed to shoot and kill them. However, in my state, you have to kill them, because they can sue you for damages, even though they were in your home, unannounced, and not supposed to be there. Here's the iron that I forgot. I'm not currently a gun owner, because I don't feel like I have the need for it right now. I will be soon, eventually, because I feel like homeowners should own a gun. I'm not quite a homeowner, but not yet at least. But I do think it's a valuable tool. It's a tool to defend yourself. But I don't live in like the big city. I live in suburbs. If you live in the big city, I think a taser would be a much more better means of defense. Because that way you can, what's it called? Stop people if they're harassing you without harming them at all, unless they have a heart condition. That would kill them. It might kill them. But I mean, like, if they're harming you, I think that would be on them. But ultimately, it's up for the state to decide. All this talking about guns, we're just talking about how, you know, they did taxes without the vote of the people, which I think is criminal. Like, somebody should be fired because of that. And not allowed to run an office, in any type of office, government official spot, ever again. But it kind of feels like it's not for me to decide that, because I don't believe we live in a full democracy. I think something does need to change to be more democratic. I feel like our system is flawed. Well, I mean, if you actually look up the World Index of Democracy, our American democracy is considered flawed compared to the rest of the world's. If you guys, like, support gun control or against gun control, most people are really arguing the same position. I don't really like that. Because they're not understanding each other, they're just arguing for the sake of arguing. Because they believe the other person doesn't see their opinion or their point, even though they're saying pretty much exactly the same thing. But if you have something to say about politics at all, please, I'm very passionate about politics, but if you have anything to say, I'm not gonna, like, say, oh, you can't say that. I'm not that kind of person. I believe in freedom of speech. And I actually was watching, what's it called, the other day. Legal Eagle. He was talking about, there was a misconception of how people think you can't say the word file in a theater, which is not true. That's what he said. He said there's plenty of ways that you, like, instances that you can yell file in a theater, and it'd be perfectly fine. Oh, that zombie is completely ironed up. He's gonna be dangerous. I forgot to bring a bed with me, and that was my fault. My mistake. Anyways, he said something that I didn't actually know in that episode, and it was that hate speech is actually protected under the First Amendment. I didn't know that. I thought it wasn't protected. I thought you couldn't say that. But something I'm pretty sure you can't say is threats. So, like, say you're gonna harm somebody, and you tell them that. That's a threat. However, I think that there was a big difference between warnings and threats. So, like, say somebody breaks into your house, it's like, you hold a gun, you don't say anything, and you say, like, leave my house. They can see the gun, but it's not a threat because you didn't say you were going to shoot them. It's implied. I don't know if if it being implied counts as a threat. It might, but I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer. Don't quote me on any of this stuff besides the stuff that I quoted the Legal Eagle guy, because he is a lawyer. You can go and watch his video if you want. Get a good old drink of coffee in the morning sunrise. Don't forget to drink your coffee. You need that. I have ADHD, so it helps me focus and not be super distracted. Because I need to be stimulated to be able to function properly. So, like, say if I'm in a class and I'm not learning a whole lot. Say I'm in a math class and I've already taken it before and I know a whole bunch of the stuff, which did happen to me because I didn't take I went to college at my local community college, and I didn't take a math placement test, but I was pretty good at math. Oh, a bee. Oh no, there's enemies over there. I just got shot. Ah! No! I just died! Oh. Well, that's the end, guys. That's the end of Season 1. Spectate world. Okay. Oh, man. Everything I wanted to get done today has not gotten done. Man, would the world load in? Man, this world is really laggy right now. I don't understand why. I want to actually look at everything we've done so far. Well, this is the last episode of Season 1, confirmed. Season 2, it'll come out, eventually. A creeper snuck up behind me. It's all because I didn't bring a bed with me. If I brought a bed with me, this would have never happened. Anyways, let's go over to the death spot. What I did was definitely not a pro Minecraft move. Yep, and here's my dead body on all the stuff that I had on me. Well, that's just too bad. It was gonna happen eventually. I should have brought a bed with me. And oh, there's just creepers in here. It was a spider spawner. That would have been useful. I wish I could unable to loot not generated yet. Okay. I wasn't able to figure out what was inside of there. That's too bad. One creeper walking up behind me and I'm dead. That's all it takes, guys. Maybe I should have mined those diamonds. Maybe I should have enchanted more armor. Maybe I should have waited before coming out over here. This is a pretty sad world to lose. It was a really good spawn too and everything. I'm actually kind of disappointed now in myself. We have to make a whole new world. Here's the village we were going to subjugate and turn into a slave beating colony. I just hate how the world's just not loading right now. I don't know what's up with the game. Pretty sure if I log out, it's not gonna, what's it called? Load up properly. Maybe it's because all of that over there is the stuff that's being loaded. Oh, it just went away. Well, now there's nothing in this entire world. This is weird. I don't like how it's not loading properly. I'm gonna check out, see if I exit out, and see if that fixes it. But this is the village, the map that you can see, that I was gonna make into an actual town. But now that can't happen. Well, my name's Drew Andrews, and I hope you enjoyed the video. It's sad to say that I died, but if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you have something to say, maybe what I could have done better, put a comment down below. If you want to see more, please subscribe. My name's Drew Andrews. Oh, that's spawned over there. That's kind of weird. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.